Howdy folks, it is Diecastbuffet here again. Welcome back to another NASCAR Diecast review. Today we have a Chase Briscoe, highpoint.com, Darlington Throwback. And I tell you what, I want to say this is to AJ Foy. Could be mistaken, but nonetheless, it's a great looking race car here, guys. So let's get the guy who took out Tyler Reddick. Let's go check out this Diecast review. Alrighty, folks, right out of the good old box, brand new. And what a cool looking car. Like this paint scheme, immediately when I see it, it reminds me of Tony Stewart. Because I don't know why, but I just feel like Tony Stewart would drive a car like this. Just a beautiful throwback. But I want to say this is actually to AJ Foy. I could be mistaken, right? Don't write home about it. But that's the number 14 to me. Whenever I think about drivers before Tony Stewart and whatnot, I think of I don't think of Ron Hornaday in the Conseco car in 2001 or something. No, I think that was number 14 or Sterling Marlin in the 14 or whatever. I think of AJ Foy, right? So you got Briscoe right there in the front windscreen. Got highpoint.com. I got the Ford decal right there. Holy cow, that Ford logo, good God almighty, that thing is off center. Ford right there, Mustang, got a pony galloping, get the Sunoco decal. The Ford logo here is not the only thing galloping away. It's on the grill plate as well. Got the number 14 right there. You kind of have like this dark bronze etching that goes around the black stripe, two-tone design, but it goes to the headlight there. Goes to the headlight there. There's a little bit of a gap there. I'm going to give him some slack. It's very tough to wrap the front noses on these cars, but very cool nonetheless. Rookie of the Year, Sunoco decals there. Let's go ahead and dive in right here. This is a very forgotten Darlington throwback because, this is what happens when you release the Darlington throwback so late, is that not everyone can remember it. And oh my goodness, the freaking chassis wasn't even installed all the way there. That's not good. Gotta fix that. So you got the number 14 right there, highpoint.com, and this is probably my favorite part of the car right here. So you got like this, I don't even know if I could say it on camera, but you got a can, quote unquote, that says smoke on there. I think the play of words is very strong with this one, but you know. That is very cool. Chase Briscoe right there. We got Ford, Haas, Del Cobb, I think that is, and Rush Truck Centers. Number 14. Wish the 14 was a little bit bigger, I will say. Got Rush Truck Centers, Ford, Haas, a crap load of small contingencies, highpoint.com, Exalta, Cummins, and Colorado State University, I think. Race car salutes, no, it's only salutes, and then it has the throwback logo. Get the Goodyear decal there. I don't know why, man, but this car looks fantastic. It just looks really nice. You have those retro Goodyear letters on the tires. Look very, very cool. I like this diecast, guys. This is a very cool looking car. This is a rookie car. Of course, Briscoe would go on to win his first race at Phoenix the next year. Highpoint.com, Mobile 114. You can see how the rookie stripes look a little bit crooked, but I think that's kind of an optical illusion. You can see how the Ford logo or Ford back bumper is a little bit pushed in. While I don't think the logos are perfectly straight, I do think the optical illusion is alive with this one a little bit. So the right side of the diecast here, guys. I believe this is the third Briscoe paint scheme to be released. I remember they had the Ford Performance Racing School car, which is a great looking paint scheme. The highpoint.com primary, which I wouldn't be surprised that one dries up eventually because Chase Briscoe, he's certainly proven himself as a worthy racer of the 14 car, in my opinion. And I believe this is the third one to get made. Whether we get more of them, I'm not sure. But this is from his rookie year. If you see in years past the rookie year cars, sometimes they're not really worth much, but sometimes they dry up. Very cool looking paint scheme here, guys. Now, I can't remember what was the actual sponsor on this car. I imagine it's possibly, possibly related to that. Who knows? Let's go to the roof of the car here. Got the number 14, highpoint.com. I like the Highpoint logo because it says .com on the side, which is kind of modern, kind of cool. I like that. And when it says point on the P, it has an arrow. So it's like it's pointing up and you have a side.com logo. There's just something really modern about that I like. The 14 font looks fantastic. Personally, I hope they never change the normal Tony Stewart 14 font, but as a nice throwback, that is very cool. Of course, you got highpoint.com right there on the deck lid. What a cool looking diecast here, guys. one of the most forgotten paint schemes, you know, through all the smoke and all the, you know, pun intended on that one, smoke and fire and all the other throwbacks that have been released. This one never gets mentioned, and that's kind of the problem when you have special paint schemes. It's like the patriotic cars or the throwbacks, or maybe even the Daytona 500 primary cars. When they get released 8 or 9, maybe a year later, by the time you have them, they've already ran the same race for the next year, right? So by the time we got out some of these Daytona 500 paint schemes, they already ran the next year's 500. In this case, you know, we're, you know, weeks away from the 2022 edition of the throwback race. I will say I've had this diecast in the studio for, you know, for some weeks now, so I could have released it a little bit earlier. But my point is that I'm really hoping, and this is something I would love to see, and I think hopefully I echo a lot of people with this and what they think, is that we really need to get the diecast releases out earlier, especially the ones pertaining to the throwback events. I remember when the throwback cars used to be out. If the throwback was in September, a lot of the cars were out July, August, September, and maybe October. So you had a 4-month window when the hype was there for the cars. When you release these in January, when you release them in possibly May or April, the hype is not there, you know, because, oh, they're already running a different car. I want to go pre-order that one. Even though it might take a year to ship, people are more inclined to buy the current year stuff than last year. So that's something they really need to get back on, is get things caught up, guys. I wonder, and I'll end the video on this, guys, I wonder if they could do something about, hey, maybe having the teams make their paint schemes even earlier in the year. Tell them, hey, you got to have all your paint schemes ready to go by the Daytona 500 for the entire year, right? You know, some situations apply, but like all your throwbacks, they have to be made well before then, right? Have the sponsors come on board. That way, that gives the time for, you know, the diecast manufacturer to, hey, we already know what's getting made. We can go ahead and put them in production. And by the time the throwback weekend comes out, maybe make the deadline January 31st, whoever it may be. By the time the throwback weekend comes out, the cars are already being shipped out to, you know, the mailboxes and whatnot. That's something that I think they need to find a way to do, is to get things earlier, because it would help significantly with the sales, I believe. And I hope somehow down the road we can get back to those, because believe me, you go back to the Winston Cup era, you go back to the Gen 5 era, those cars, if you went to Speed Weeks 2007 and you wanted to pick up I don't know, a Kevin Harvick diecast, or no, who's a driver who had a new paint scheme that year? Let's say you want to pick up one of the Michael Waltrip racing cars from that year. They were there a lot earlier than compared to nowadays. So, I need some coffee, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching the video and listening to my little bit of a rant about the late diecast releases, you know. I don't blame the diecast dealers, you know, like a Circle B Diecast, because there's nothing they could do about that, right? And I blame that the logistics overseas is a lot that's really affecting the thing. So I'm hoping moving forward we can get those kind of straightened out. But nonetheless, I did pick up this car over there at Circle B Diecast, the great friends over there. So make sure to go pick up yours today. One of the most forgotten paint schemes. I have a few throwbacks. I'll end the video on this. Got the Bubba Wallace one there. Got the beautiful Denny Hamlin one. Got this one over there, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you're having a great day out there, guys. Diecast Buffet. Showing it off.